Here we are today. My name is Deborah Sasha. I am the Director of International Solidarity for Human Rights, ISHR, and we have a special guest. Her name is Samantha Diaz. I wanted to ask you, Samantha, how old are you?
I am 23 years old.
23 years old. You are starting, your life. What are you studying?
I'm currently earning a bachelor's degree under exceptional student education at Miami-Dade College.
Wow, wonderful, because education is such important, subject in this technological world. We need more than ever good education. And how do you think this pandemic has affected education?
I feel like it's really, the way I can explain it is that we've seen the strengths and certain things that we have to improve on when it comes to just education overall. And it's been amazing to see how us educators, especially in while we're studying, we're really emphasized on how to become a 21st century teacher. So we're really trying to emphasize not only get in touch with the traditional route of teaching, but involving more of technology, having more student-based activities, hands-on manipulatives, and really have it into a very nurturing and educational academic environment rather than just the traditional textbook and then ABC questions with the same answers. So it's definitely become more fluid and much more accommodating to everybody. Due to the pandemic, I have not been able to work, but I've been a substitute teacher for a little bit, and I've had experience with being a counselor, with being a teacher's assistant for a very long time. So even though I haven't been able to practice it, I look forward to getting to do it again once it's all safe enough to do so. How it all started was when I was 12 years old, I got into an amazing opportunity to work with my community. And through that, I was able to work with a nonprofit special needs school. And it had a lot of students that had autism, that had cerebral palsy, that had Down syndrome, and many other diagnoses, and from varying ranges as well. So I was really able to kind of pop that bubble of, there's a lot of people out there that aren't considered what you see day to day, and these people don't necessarily have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to use my opportunity to work with them. And I feel like when you work with these individuals, they just make you a better person overall. They make you
Yes, for
so
sure.
much more compassionate. They make you appreciate even the simplest of things. And it's just a beautiful connection that you get to have with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, since 12, I've just fell in love with it since and want to keep going.
And what about this pandemic? What, how has affected you?
It's changed for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it may seem at the moment that it may have not, that there's a few, I guess, inconveniences. So it has presented a lot of backs and forths, but in a way, it's definitely a positive thing that's happened to us, in a way of just being able to acknowledge everyone's differences and improving and, taking advantage of being able to expand on our prior opinions on things,
Mm-hmm.
establishing new interests, going back to certain hobbies. So it's been like a roller coaster in that sense, but I don't regret it. To me, I see it more of a positive way. And as if you were mentioning, we're always on the run. We're always trying to see what we can do. We all have this pressure of, especially us being a first generation, I'm a first generation in my family from Cuban immigrants, and many other people too. it's just, you always feel like you have to have your life in order. You already have to know what you want to do, how you want to do it. And it's no longer of just trying to find your passion through volunteering or just looking around. It's always like, nope, you have to really do it by this and that, and that's it. So for me, I've been very fortunate that I've been able to know what I wanted to do due to community service and interacting with those with exceptionalities. But I do think that it's brought me more personally aware to what's going around in this world.
Mm-hmm.
It's had me step back, and since I've obviously been staying home, I've had the advantage to digest the serious issues when it comes to the lack of awareness, justice, and equality for Black, Indigenous people of color, for transgender women, immigrants, those being human trafficked, and the other voices fighting to be heard during this time, and even before all of this too. So even though it's kind of been a very different adapting time to be like, oh wait, I can't do this now, I can't get ahead of myself, I've definitely taken advantage to where, okay, we're in this situation right now, this is what's going on, and this is what I could do, so I'm going to adapt and move on, or move forward per se. My message to those around my age or even younger is that this is only going to be for a limited time. It's really unfortunate and it's heartbreaking to not be able to do a lot of things that a lot of people say, hey, when you're becoming a teenager, when you're graduating, you're going to have prom, you're going to have all of these celebrations and graduation. And in a way, yes, it's not fair, but this has all been out of everybody's control.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they should ignore those feelings of feeling hurt or betrayed, but in a way just self-reflect and be like, you will have your turn. Like,
Yes.
this is not something permanent. This is something that eventually you are going to be able to really celebrate the way that you want to express yourself,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to celebrating your accomplishments soon. And it's hard. I understand what they're coming from, and it's not easy, but I know
It's
they
not
could really do it if they want to.
We teach human rights, and for 10 years we've been try to teach the people how important human rights are in their lives. Do you think human rights are important?
I think that's the main foundation of how all of us can have the equality to really just have our own lives ahead of us. And if we don't have those human rights, then how can we even establish, in a way as simple as like a family or even friendships? It's because we don't treat our family or the ones that we love and care for with disrespect. Or, don't get me wrong, we all have our moments and things that we may not agree with, but it doesn't mean we have to exile individuals that don't necessarily agree with what we see and do. But I think through this time, a lot of people are definitely being more aware of their human rights, and I'm very happy that I've definitely been one of those individuals to really acknowledge what's really going on. And then again, we all know that we have human rights. We were born with them, and everyone has some type of introduction to human rights. But at least with my experience, it's, yes, I'm acknowledging that this is going on and that's going on. But we get so lost in our personal routines and our personal lives that it's not until, at least for me today, that I've been really able to, I'm no longer just acknowledging it, I'm doing something about it. So I always love to collect art pieces from individuals with exceptionalities. And my whole goal when I'm able to move out of my home to kind of just have like a little gallery in my house, and just stuff like that that kind of reflects their personalities and the connection I have with them. My favorite color, I think it has to be hues of purples and blues. I never have one
Purples and
favorite.
blues.
I just love those. I don't have a specific one. Out of all the books I've read, the most self-fulfilling one I would have to say is The Alchemist.
The Alchemist, Coelho.
Yes.
Yes, Pablo Coelho, an author from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. You want to do the Camino de Santiago?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's
Yeah.
like the simplest answer to say yes to. And it's not only just going into this journey of going to Spain, of going to a completely different country that I've never experienced before, and I've had ancestors that have lived there before. But it's just this spiritual, really raw experience that I'm just so grateful to even have like the opportunity to be even introduced to what Camino de Santiago is, and actually experiencing it hopefully soon when all of this is over. So I am extremely head over heels, just really, really excited to do it.
Yes, for those who are watching this interview, we were ready to go to the Camino de Santiago.
Trained and everything.
Trained and everything, but again, another lesson, life
Mm-hmm.
lesson. I mean, you have to keep hoping, keep working at what you want to do and achieve, and the time will come. The time
Yes.
will come. And a final message for everybody from a young girl, going through this time of learning, patience, and your thoughts about the final thoughts.
For sure, hang in there. Everyone's doing their best in this situation. You've already come so far in this roller coaster ride. Just try to do something that will make you genuinely happy at least once every day. Um, be grateful for what you have and that you're still alive, even though things are still very unknowing and scary and very nerve-wracking. But also make sure to take advantage of this time to take action and advocate for what you stand for. When all of this passes, many changes will continue to happen in our society, but a lot of them can become a positive thing if we, if we make them positive. So not to be scared of change. Change is usually a good thing.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. I always say that young people have so much to say if we listen to them. And I wish you all the best. Well, we're going to see each other very soon.
Yes.
Anyways, yes. But I wish you all the best, and thank you for being what you are, and for being such a clever girl. Since the moment we met you, we thought you were a very special young girl. So
thank you so
wish you
much
the
for having
best.
me, Laura. No, thank you, and wish you much health over there and safety, and much love from here too. I appreciate it, and thank you so much for this opportunity. This is a first for me, and I'm really happy and very grateful that you guys are doing this for us.